Hey, what's up guys? mltmagictricks here, and in today's video, I'm going to be revealing Marc Spelmann's magic trick that he did on Britain's Got Talent. And if you guys have not seen the performance already, I will be leaving the link in the description to it. And also, if you are new here to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Britain's Got Talent reveals like this. And I also post card and magic trick videos on my channel as well. But anyways, guys, let's get right into this reveal. Okay, so this was a really cool trick, and it was certainly a very powerful and emotional performance. And I give a lot of credit to Marc Spelmann. He is a great magician, and he did an excellent job of performing this trick. And also, guys, everything I explain in this reveal video is by no means the exact method that Marc Spelmann used to pull off this effect. It is simply my speculation and analysis, and I will be showing you guys some pictures from his actual act to back up some of the claims I'm making. And as you guys saw, his trick was basically split up into 4 separate parts. He made 4 different predictions, and what I'm going to be doing in this reveal video is just talking about each of these predictions separately. So I'm first going to talk about the crayon color that he correctly predicted. So this could have been done in one of 2 ways, I think. Okay, so one possible method, I think, is he has a crayon box with this label, and then he has an identical label on the backside, but it is just printed the opposite way. So it looks like when you turn it over, it is the exact same label. And what I think he has here is about 3/4 of the box filled with red crayons, and then the top portion is filled with different colored crayons, like he showed us in his performance, because he wants us to think there are a bunch of different colored crayons in this box, but in reality, there most likely was a bunch of red crayons towards the bottom. So as you guys saw, he shook up the box because he wanted to show everyone that he was, mixing up the crayons, just getting them all mixed up and stuff. But really, when he does that, the red crayons are going to stay at the bottom, and they're not going to go all over. So the different colored crayons are not going to mix with the red crayons. The red crayons are going to stay separate. So then when he's done shaking the box, he opens the bottom of the box, because as you guys know, crayon boxes, you can open them from the top and bottom. And he basically would then force the judge to choose a red crayon. So that is method 1. And another way he could have done this is he could have had all different colored crayons in the box. He has the judge choose one, and it happens to be a red crayon. And it's really important to note here, guys, he had the judge reveal the color of the crayon before he played the video where he correctly predicted it. So this could mean that he had someone backstage, obviously listening to what the judge said. The person backstage who was possibly helping Marc out could have just inserted the clip of his daughter coloring with a red crayon, but let's say the judge chose a yellow crayon. Marc Spelmann could have taken a bunch of different videos with his daughter coloring, different colors on the pieces of paper, and then the person backstage would insert the correct clip that corresponds to the color of the crayon that the judge chose. So that is method 2. Either one of those methods, I think, makes sense for this trick. Obviously, that is by no means the exact way, but it is certainly the most plausible in my opinion. So that is how I think he did the crayon part of this trick, and now let's talk about the cards. So I believe he forced that card that had the penguin on it on the judge, and the way he did this is he would have had different cards at the bottom with different faces, because he wants everyone to think that there are a bunch of different cards in the deck. And you guys will notice from the performance, he just shows some of the cards at the bottom. He doesn't go all the way through, or at least we cannot see on camera him spreading through all the cards. And you guys will also notice that he cuts some cards to the top of the deck. And what I think he did here was he cutted the different cards. So let's say these are all different cards with different faces. He cuts these to the top, and then the rest of the cards are cards with the penguin on it. So then he turns over the deck like this, he spreads through, and you'll notice he spreads to the bottom for a reason. He doesn't want the judge to choose one of these top cards, or else the trick won't work, because the judge will not choose a penguin. So he goes through and he has the judge choose a card, and luckily she chose one of the cards at the very bottom. He'll simply square up the cards like this, and then you'll notice he brings the cards to the top just like that. Believe she touched the 3rd card from the bottom. Then Marc Spelmann brought these cards to the top. He simply took it off, and boom, he just forced the penguin card onto the spectator. So that is, I believe, the most plausible way he did this part of the trick. It's really not that difficult. He simply forces that card onto the judge. That's a pretty simple force, and it's convincing that she did in fact have a free selection, but in reality it was forced. So now let's talk about the Rubik's Cube. So what I have here are a couple pictures from his actual trick to help explain this part of the trick. So what we have here is this first picture is him taking the Rubik's Cube after the judge had mixed it up. And you guys can see, keep note of this pattern here, because this pattern is going to be very important. Because later in the trick, I took a screenshot here of the front of the Rubik's Cube after the judge took the case off of it. And you guys will see this pattern here matches up with this one. There's red, green, white, red, green, white, yellow, orange, red, and then yellow, yellow, red. These two sides here match up just like this. So this right here is the front of the Rubik's Cube, and you guys will notice that this would be the top. But obviously the top of the Rubik's Cube here does not match up with the prediction that was made in the video. So as you can see, this pattern is different than this pattern. So what does this mean? This means that Marc Spelmann must have done something with these stickers on the Rubik's Cube, either while he was fiddling with it here or while it was in the box. It obviously would be really hard to change the stickers while he's holding it here because he only had the Rubik's Cube for a few seconds. So what I think happened was that the stickers were changed in the box. And what could have happened here is he's going to have these stickers, the stickers that he needs for the prediction to be correct, in the box in this exact same pattern. So when he puts the Rubik's Cube in with this side facing down, the stickers could have simply sticked over and been on top of these stickers here. So when the judge takes it out, you can only see these stickers, and therefore the prediction would be correct. And obviously that might not be correct. That's certainly kind of difficult to do because there's a lot of planning that needs to take place if that was the case, because something could easily go wrong if this one of the stickers doesn't stick, because what most likely happened was he had adhesive on these stickers that were stuck in the box here. He places that on. The pressure from the Rubik's Cube in the box allows those stickers to go over the ones that were on the Rubik's Cube already. So that is how I think he did that. But the bottom line here is that this top, that when he took it from the judge, is different than what it was at the end when the judge took off the box. So that is what I have to say about the Rubik's Cube. This is obviously kind of hard to actually narrow down on what he really did, because we are not given a lot from the video, because there's kind of a lot of cuts and stuff. It was hard to see if he actually did any sleight of hand with the Rubik's Cube when he got it from the judge. And now let's talk about the final part of the trick, which was how he predicted the word from the book. So basically, he went through the book. He had the judge call stop, and then he lifted up on a page. He gave Simon a marker. Simon, circled a word, and the word was actually predicted in the video. So what I think happened here is he first forced that page that had the word hat in it. So that's pretty easy to do. You just kind of go slow, and wherever your spectator calls stop, you just lift. He kind of kept a break basically in the book. It's sort of like a riffle force in card magic. You're holding your break. Wherever your spectator calls stop, you lift up on it. It's not that hard, honestly, to force a page in a book when you're just spreading through it. And now he gives Simon the marker, and Simon circles a word. But obviously that is very risky, because if Simon actually has the marker and there's actually ink in the marker, he could have circled 5 words. He might not have even circled a word. So what most likely happened here is he gave Simon essentially a dead marker. That means there's no ink in the marker. And also on that page that he forced, the word hat was already circled. So he's holding, the book over Simon's marker like this. Simon takes the marker, does a circle. He's not really writing anything because there's no ink in the pen. And then when he tells Simon to look at the book, Simon sees that the word hat is circled. And then there you go. You have that word hat forced. And then obviously the prediction will be correct in the video. So that is how I think he did that part of the trick. Not too difficult. You just give your spectator a dead marker basically. They think they're circling something, but in reality, there is already a word circled on the page, and therefore he would be able to correctly predict the word that was chosen. Okay, so that is going to do it for this reveal video. I hope my explanations for each aspect of this trick made sense for you guys, and the purpose of this video was simply to teach you guys this trick and basically show you guys how you can perform it yourselves. The purpose was not to throw any hate at Marc Spelmann. I have a lot of respect for him, and he did a great job of performing this trick. I just want you guys to know that. Just make sure you know that I'm not throwing any hate at him in any way. I definitely have a lot of respect for him. And that is going to do it for this video. If you liked the video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.